I'm afraid the tunnel is off limits during the hours of darkness. I'd advise tourists such as yourselves to visit the mayor's house. They should be able to arrange some lodgings for you there. Spend the night here in Harleypool, and you'll be able to head through the tunnel bright and early tomorrow morning. Oh, hello there. I'm the Mayor of Hartlepool. I suppose you think it's rather unusual for an old lady such as myself to hold that position, do you? Not really. Oh, well, it's very gracious of you to say so. Now then, you're tourists, aren't you? I trust you've had a good look around the village. Yep. Jolly good. Then I suppose you must have noticed that the tunnel that goes under the mountains is closed at the moment. Unfortunately, we don't have an inn or anything like that. Would you like to spend the night here? It's no trouble, honestly. Okay. Wonderful. Have a lovely night's sleep. Come on, Hyde. You can't spend all day in bed. Get up now. There's something funny going on outside, and we need to go and take a look. Come on, move it. If you head south from here, you'll come across a quaint little fishing village by the name of Split-on-Sea. If it's Wetlock you're looking for, that's over the mountains to the east. I'd make a record of my adventures so far before headed to either of those places, if I were you, though. You're not me, though. I do want to follow in my father's footsteps, I really do, but I wonder if I'm rather too dainty to be a fisherman. If the truth be told, my dream is to go to Wetlock and become a bard. The question is, do I have the conviction to make that dream a reality? Well, that's quite a sizable increase for rough. If you want to catch a decent haul of fish, you need to leave before it gets light and come home after dark. That's why we've got a lighthouse, see? So we can sail in and out of the harbour at all hours of the day. What I don't understand is why that old musician feels the need to travel around from town to town. It must be ever so tiring for the poor old fellow. With the sort of talent he's got, surely some king or other would be more than happy to take him on as a full-time court entertainer. Musician, eh? It's been nigh on impossible to catch any fish of late. There's barely any point in even taking the boats out. In fact, some of the men have stopped bothering. They just spend all their time in the pub instead. Something's not quite right about the sea of late. This probably sounds strange, but it's as though it's frightened or something. I've never seen the ocean quite so agitated. I do hope it's just my imagination and not a sign of impending disaster. Recently, the monsters we've been meeting out at sea have become much more dangerous, and as if it wasn't bad enough, the fish have all disappeared too. We won't have a fishing trade left before long if this carries on, and what will become of us then? It's important to keep the nets in good condition, even if the men aren't able to go out fishing. The fishermen may get all the glory, but they'd be nothing without us fishwives to look after them. A very warm welcome to Wetlock. I hear tell of monstrous forces sealing away the world's islands and continents one after another. While so far we have remained safe here in Wetlock, I cannot help but feel anxious about the future. Dear Almighty, please confer your protection upon us. Nice and peaceful again today. Jolly good. There's a really wonderful view from up here, you know. You can even see High and Drake Tower up there in the mountains. Once upon a time, there was a little island not so far from there. Here, that was home to an incredibly advanced city-state. Alas, a terrible sea monster by the name of Krakos attacked the city, dragging it and the entire island it stood on down to the depths of the ocean. The people who inhabit Hartlepool, Spitlon and Wetlock today are the descendants of the fortunate few who survived that awful incident. Indeed, the very reason that this town was built here in the mountains was to prevent further attacks from Krakos. It would appear that the ploy has been successful. There is no record of Krakos having appeared since then. The stories of a reign of terror are little more than ancient history now. What's that? Am I a wandering musician? Certainly not. I was born and raised here in Wetlock. Thought occurs, but... What happens here? Welcome. Can I help you at all? What's that? You'd like to know if there's an elderly musician staying here with us? Well, he did spend the night last night, but I'm afraid he left early this morning. He was headed northeast towards the town of Wetlock, apparently. Listen, now that you know where he's going, there's no need for you to rush to try and catch up with him, is there? If I were you, I'd spend the night here in the village before moving on. Wake up, Hyde. Wake up. It's morning already. Wake up, wake up. Something weird's going on. The village is really quiet. Like, really quiet. I mean, like, too quiet. You know, let's go and take a look. Yep. Oh, how wonderful! How utterly wonderful! I've never heard such a beautiful melody. Bravo! Hats off to old man Riffler. It seems that all the people of the town have now heard my song. Very well then, it is time for me to leave. What, you're leaving already? Surely there's no need for you to go just yet. Why not spend a little more time here in Wetlock? Yes, stay, stay, encore! I appreciate your kindness, but I must hurry on. Huh? Are you headed back to the inn already? That I am. It looks like things are winding down over here. It really was an incredible performance, though. I was quite moved. In fact, I'm in such a good mood after listening to that music, I've half a mind to let all my guests stay for free tonight. I must not dwell any longer, friend. Farewell, friends. Please excuse me, I must hurry on. Ah, you're tourists, are you? Then you really are in luck. See, I'm in such a fine mood today, I decided to let all guests stay at the inn for half price. That's right, it'll only cost the three of you 24 gold coins to stay the night. An offer that's too good to turn down, if you ask me. Shortly before dawn, the party are awoken by a haunting melody. There, all the people of the town have been removed. Now to leave. Please, don't hurt me. I'm just... I'm not doing anything bad. I used to live at the top of the tower, but then lots of goomans moved in, so I ran away and hid in here. What's that? You want to know what the goomans are doing here? I don't know. I suppose you should just ask them yourself. They're on the 3rd level, locked away behind a great big door. I wonder if they came here with that old man who used to come here all by himself. Thank you kindly. Finally, we're free to leave this room. Making good our escape is all very well, but it'd be nice to know where we were escaping from. About all I know for certain is this place is old, very old. The door's open, which is a good start, but we still have no idea where we are. I mean, there could be all sorts of monsters in here. We need to be very careful. This old chatterbox next to me just won't shut up. It's starting to get right on my wick. A thought just occurred to me. Could this be high-end Reich? You know, the tower in the mountains where no one set foot for centuries? Oh, hello there. You're the young ones who stayed at my house that night, aren't you? You don't remember me? I'm the mayor of Hartlepool. I'm glad I bumped into you, actually. I'd been getting worried. I'd seen that everyone from the village was here, but I had no idea what had become of you. I wonder why you didn't get whisked up here with everyone else that night. Maybe because you didn't hear Old Man River's song. I saw Old Man River go off up these stairs. Do you want to go and talk to him? Yep. Righto, I'll go ahead and open the door for you. I don't think a grown-up could fit through that hole in the wall. Sometimes it helps to be little. I think there are monsters up ahead, though. Be careful. It is nearly time. You seem familiar. Have we met before? Yes, we must have. I brought all the people on this continent into the tower. We must have met somewhere. Please, believe me when I say that I feel guilty for forcing you all to come here, for abducting you as I did. But there was no time to explain. Nor is there now. It begins. Behold, behold what unfolds beneath. Do you see the land swallowed by the ocean, your villages and towns all submerged? I'm not merely a Torban player. I also have the gift of foresight. The future reveals itself to me. I made a vow long ago to aid those who suffer at the hands of monsters, to only use my gifts for the benefit of others. You may be certain that monsters are the cause of this catastrophe. I brought you and your countrymen here to keep you free from harm. What in the world is going on? What's all this rumbling and shaking? What the sea? No. Is that... God blimey. It is. It's the top of the lookout tower down in Wetlock, which means the old town must be underwater. You ain't gonna get away with this, you horrible old villain. I'm gonna tear your bleeding... No, this is not the work of the troubadour. It is the work of Gracchus. I am sure of it. He is doing to our continent what he did to the other island so long ago. The waters are rising faster than I foresaw. If they are not stopped, they will reach the tower and submerge it. The flood must be cut off at its source, but I am too old to be fighting monsters. Heavens above, I just remembered something terrible. Just before the tower started shaking, some of the men headed down into the lower levels. They said they were going back to their villages. I tried to stop them, to tell them it was too dangerous, but they simply wouldn't listen. Fools. But how could they have reached the lower levels? The door was locked. Yes, it was, and then it wasn't. May the heavens have mercy on them. It pains me to say it, but if they were on the lower levels when the waters began to rise, there is little we can do but pray. If only I were a little stronger. The flood must be cut off at its source, but I am too old to be fighting monsters. If this flood is Gracchus' doing, then his power has increased dramatically since we last heard of him. I mean, back then he submerged a little island, but now he's managed to flood an entire continent. The really interesting question, as far as I'm concerned though, is why Gracchus is choosing this particular moment to make his comeback. Wait, I have a favour to ask of you. Many years ago, I was a member of a tribe called the Romans. Our purpose was to seek out and restore the Almighty. My role was to play the Torban during the restoration. Alas, I was selfish and greedy. I broke the laws of the tribe and had no choice but to leave. I have been trying to atone for my sins ever since. This is why I vowed to help any who suffer at the hands of monsters. Alas, the beast behind this incident is even more powerful than I had feared. I had thought somehow I might prevail, though I have no idea how. I am too old and frail to face any monster now. Which brings me to the favour. I would ask that you fulfill my vow in my place. You had thought to go and face the evil force behind this anyway, had you not? Yep. Yes, I thought as much. You know, you remind me of some people I once met, selfless souls who came to my tribe's aid and asked for nothing in return. It was a long time ago. I do not quite recall those brave souls' faces, but I will never forget that strength of will, the fire in those eyes. You have that same fire, and that is why I am making this request of you. So, will you do it? Will you help me to fulfill my vow? Yep. Very well then, I will do all I can to help you in return. There is a raft at the bottom of the tower. I thought it might prove useful. Please, it is yours. You should take this with you also. This ring, you might call it my lucky charm. It has proven its value many times over. If you are to aid me in fulfilling my vow, it is only right that you have it. bleed neck. If I'd known what was waiting for me back here in Wetlock, I'd have just stayed up there in that tower. It. So does that mean the old bloke who took us all up there was actually trying to save us? Nah, that can't be right. I mean, he couldn't have known the flood was coming, could he? Could this day get any worse? I was so pleased with myself when I thought I'd managed to escape from that tower. But now, look at me. What did I ever do to deserve this? The sky suddenly went dark, and then the next thing I knew, we were surrounded by water. This is no ordinary flood. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the work of some horrible monster or other, you know, and a powerful one at that. Everyone in Wetlock just about made it to the top of the lookout tower in time. But I dread to think what happened to those poor fishermen who went back to Split-on-Sea. Let's go and find out. Sunken Citadel. Actually, I know someone who says they know exactly where it is. Yes, it was one of the chaps who was with me when I escaped from the tower. Now, where in the heavens can he have got to? Aye, you're the ones who opened the door for us back in that tower. Well, we're grateful to you for helping us escape, but it feels rather as though we've jumped out of the frying pan and into the fire. What's that? You're looking for the citadel that sank beneath the sea all those years ago? What a strange thing to be looking for. I think it should be to the west of this peninsula. Yes, I'd try setting off in that direction if I were you. You can see it from the surface just about. Keep an eye out and you're sure to spot it eventually. You're trying to get to the sunken citadel, but, well, it's sunken. How are you planning on getting down there? You'll never be able to hold your breath for long enough. You want to know how to find the ancient citadel that got swallowed by the sea, eh? Sorry, I've absolutely no idea. And I have to say, I'm a little cross at the thought of you wanting to go off on some underwater jaunt at a time like this. Just my luck. I was only passing through on my travels, and now this has to go and happen. Easier if there wasn't constant battles. Ah, there it is. The mark on Hard's arm suddenly becomes very warm and starts to glow brightly. What the? That strange symbol on your arm started glowing, and then the whirlpool thingy appeared. Did the one cause the other? But why would it? That would be very odd indeed. Just existing every day, unable to actually do anything. Surely this is the worst fate that can befall a man. Am I ever going to be released from this torment? Goodness me, humans. Real like humans. I haven't seen one of you lot for decades. No, centuries. We've been down here ever since this place was submerged. Unfortunately for us, our fates are tied to the citadels forever. You see, Krakos the sea demon put a curse on us and bound us to this forsaken place for all eternity. I really have no idea how you managed to make it down here. All I know is that you should leave as quickly as you can. It's terribly dangerous. Unless you haven't come here to defeat Krakos the sea demon, have you? Yep. Goodness me. I hope you're joking, for your sakes. A group of children don't stand the slightest chance against that wicked fiend. Try to take him on, and you'll end up just like us. Mark my words. My mortal friends, I do not understand why you have come here, but I must impart to you one piece of advice. do not approach your shrine on pain of death. It is home to a great sea demon who would surely not take kindly to your venturing there. Gracchus has always been a terrifyingly powerful monster. Once upon a time he dragged our entire island under the ocean. But now he appears to be able to submerge entire continents. This is a troubling development indeed. I believe he has been granted new power by the Demon King, a monstrous being many times more evil than Gracchus himself. The Demon King plans to seal this realm away entirely and make it his own. Whoops. Hyde examines the stone tablet in front of him. There doesn't seem to be anything particularly strange about it. Ah, got to be kidding me. I was a stonemason back when I was alive. Did you see those 5 carved stone slabs at the entrance to the citadel? I made those. I'd take a closer look at the middle one if I were you. You might spot something rather interesting. It looks like it would move if you pushed it. Give it a shove? Sure. I died a long, long time ago, you know. There was a huge earthquake, and my cell filled up with water. That's how I experienced it anyway. I've no idea what was actually going on outside. You're actually the first humans I've seen since it happened. So I've got to ask you, has the Citadel fallen into total ruin? Yep, I thought as much. Well, thanks for being honest with me anyway. I really wanted to know, but now that I do, I kinda wish I didn't. The shrine was originally built to worship the four great spirits, you know. After Grakos dragged it underwater, though, he rebuilt it according to his own design. It used to be a sacred place, now it's a hellhole. It's a statue of a powerful-looking monster. Wasn't meant to follow me that far. Oh, will you just do your move? Oh yeah, sure. Right in my path. Maribel would cast the damn spell she's being told to. Uh, You puny humans took your time. Ha, surprised? You should know that this citadel is Grakos' playground. I was already well aware of your presence, and of your reasons for coming. Now, I suppose you have met some of the pathetic souls I keep imprisoned here. If you're wondering why I force their broken spirits to remain. Well, first of all, they make passable lookouts, but more importantly, they make excellent playthings. What the... Where are we? Where? Krekos! Ah, my pathetic slaves, rejoice, for I am about to give your miserable existences some purpose and meaning at last. Now fight. No, I had to make that tiny bit auto text, didn't you? Don't give me time to read it before you made it go away. Did you perhaps stop? Did you perhaps hope you set their souls free at long last, maybe? That's all I could get from it. How wonderfully naive. They will never be free, not as long as I remain unbeaten. Now come, join them. Join my playthings in the eternal dance of meaninglessness. You. Who are you? What is the meaning of this? It seems I made it in time. This is good. Hide. We must stand together against this wicked creature. And what exactly do you hope to... Though I cannot fight, I can still play the Torban, and as long as I am able to do that, I may yet swing the tide in our favour. Hear me, lost souls. You will be as playthings no longer. Eternal rest beckons. Let my song guide you to paradise. Oh, that melody. Are we to be released at last? Unbound from our shackles? Meddling fool. How dare you deprive me of my playthings? Now hide. It is time to strike a blow for humankind. May the Almighty guide you. Impudent fools. Do you idiotic humans really mean to stand against me? Very well. Then come. Bathe in the majesty of my awesome might. This ability's not spells. Annoying. How? Surely you cannot have defeated Grakos. No. No, I refuse to accept this. I am Grakos, the sea demon. I will never be defeated by mere humans. You insist on making life difficult for me? Well, two can play at that game. There is no way out for you now, humans. Curses. The walkway is no more, friend. I fear we may be doomed to remain here for all eternity. I jest, of course. One moment. It is time for us to leave this place. Come. Look, the waters are receding. The people of this area are saved, and all is thanks to you. If I were alone, I could have done nothing to help them. I have spent a long time traveling, helping people, but now I am old. It is time to stop. I must settle down somewhere and find one who will take on my vow in my place. I am tired. Please go on without me. I explained all to the people I brought here while you were gone. Now that the waters have receded, they have probably returned to their homes. I am tired. Please go on without me. This is annoying. Just give me the tablet now. Don't make me have to come back for it. Hello there. I heard it was you who took care of that pesky sea demon. Well done, you. Now that brute's out of the way, and the waters have receded, everyone's gone back home. I've been given the job of waiting here for old man Riffer to come back, so I can tell him where everyone's gone. But now I've told you, I probably don't need to wait for him, do I? In that case, I'll be off. I can't wait to get back home. Give me that damn piece of the lousy, no-good game making me go back and forth for no reason at all. You're still here? I told you to go without me. I must close the teleportal soon. Please go on back to Wedlock. Frickin'. This is where we part ways. Farewell. I do not take gratitude well, and in any case, I do not deserve it. So I've decided I will set out right away to seek out one to whom I can pass on my skills. I will not linger here. But before I leave, I want to give you something. It is the least I can do. The people I told you of. The heroes who visited my tribe many years ago. They sought out stones such as this. I had thought I might one day be able to give it to them, but the chance never arose. Still, it feels right to be entrusting it to you. Farewell. Perhaps we will meet again if fate allows it. Where are you, Fragment? Come out. You are just determined not to show up, aren't you? Flippin' rockin' rockin'. Ah, there it is. Oh, it's you. The heroes who saved this town. Who saved this entire continent, in fact. As you may have heard, we decided to present you with our most valuable treasure, by way of thanks. Now, I'll be honest, I've no idea what it actually is. All I know is that it came from the sunken citadel. I'd be really interested to find out, though. I've been given orders to allow you to access Wetlock's treasure room. The most valuable of all the treasures of the sunken citadel is to be yours. Well, tell me about the treasure from the citadel. I bet it's something amazing, isn't it? Sure. Of course it is. I mean, look at all the trouble we went to look after it. Yep. Spawn right in my path. No time to react. That ain't going off. My word, it's you, the heroes of Hartlepool. Please, make yourself at home. Okay. This time actually feels like we brought back a continent. Yeah. Tell me I've got to go back to the past to do something to make sure the town survives. Hello there, welcome to Wetlock. We're the little town with the big history. Floods, mysterious musicians, it all happened here. But never mind that now. You heard the story of how the town was saved back in the day by now, I'm guessing. But apparently they used to tell it in the 2 other villages that were nearby too. That's true. It probably means the legend isn't completely made up, wouldn't you say? Certainly more romantic to think so. Didn't actually mean to talk to you though, but whatevs. The statue of a very familiar-looking elderly musician. This is the statue of Old Man River, the mysterious musician who they say saved the town from certain doom. Whether he actually existed or not doesn't really matter to me. What's important about his story is what it tells us about the power of song. It is inconceivable that one could use magic to manipulate other humans. Why? Of course it isn't. Music has incredible mind-altering powers. I read a bit there backwards. Come on, Brock. Put your back into it. Pull. I'm trying, Professor Wade. Now then, what have we here? Yes. Looks like a fragment of a stone tablet, I believe. It looks very old indeed. But that isn't what we're interested in, Brock. It's fish we're after. Fish! Try again. I'm trying, Professor Wade. How about this one, Professor Wade? Let me see. Yes. This is it. This genius of fish is usually only found in the coastal waters of this region. Does that mean? It certainly does, my dear Brock. This is conclusive proof that this region was once entirely covered in seawater. So the legends are true. The Great Flood really did happen? Now, young Brook, we mustn't jump to conclusions. We still can't be certain that was the case. Nevertheless, this is a significant development. We should now be ready to proceed to the next stage of our research. Okay, Professor Wade. Yes, what can I do for you? I'm rather busy at the moment. You'd like me to give you the stone fragment we found? Yep. Very well, but I will have to ask you a little favour in return. Complete the errand to my satisfaction, and I shall gladly hand over the piece of stone on which you appear to be so keen. Come and see me in my house if you'd like to take me up on my little offer. You look like sturdy sorts. I've no doubt you will be more than capable. But, Professor Wade, surely you don't mean to ask these strangers to? Excellent. If that's all, we'll be seeing you shortly. This is where Professor Wade keeps his valuable research materials. They'd be of no interest to the likes of you, I'd imagine. I mean, you wouldn't have the first clue what to do with them, for a start. Just trying to talk to the cat, but well. Okay. You came. Jolly good. I had a feeling I could rely on you, and it looks as though I've been proven right. Goodness. Do you know, I don't believe I've actually introduced myself yet. The name's Wade. I'm a researcher, an academic. That young chap over there is Brooke. He's my assistant. Nice to meet you. And how about yourself? Heide. Very fine name indeed. Now that the pleasantries out of the way, let's move on to the matter at hand, shall we? I've been doing some research into the legend of the Great Flood and Old Man Riffer. Most people are sure the whole thing is entirely fabricated, but I have reason to believe that this may not be the case. Indeed, the main purpose of my current research is to attempt to prove this hypothesis. As yet, however, I do not have sufficient materials. Which is where you come in, Hyde. The thing is, you see, I'm rather convinced that the tower to the north of the town has an important connection to the legend. Unfortunately, the place is chock full of the most horrible monsters, so going there myself is out of the question. As I mentioned before, you and your friends seem like battle-hardened young souls, so I was wondering if you might be so good as to use your talents to drive the monster infestation out of the tower for good. Help me out, and I'll gladly reward you with the stone fragment you are so interested in. Well then, what do you say? Will you rid Heidengard, tower of its monster infestation for me? You will? Oh, wonderful. I knew you were the one to ask. This is good news, isn't it, Professor Wade? Oh yes, excellent news. Most excellent indeed. Well, Hyde, we will be waiting here for your triumphant return. I like doing that voice for him. It's not about sex. Well, that's the end of that then, I suppose. Goomans, you're not supposed to be here. This is our home. What are you doing here? What's that? You've come to fight the monsters who's taken over this place? You must mean the one on the top floor. Well, this is a nice surprise. We slimes oozed to live in this tower in peace until that monster moved in and made our lives a nightmare. It would be great if you could get rid of the horrible creature. Having said that, I'd be surprised if you were able to beat it. You don't exactly ooze toughness. Still, I slurp hose. We've got no choice but to hope for the best and do what we can to help. The least I can do is show you where to go. My name's Gooberus, by the way. Is it okay if I tag along with you? Yep. Great. Alright, let's bounce. Slimes. Wait. Oh, changed this thing. Hole is too small for Hyde to fit through. Looks like it's my slime to shine. Okay, let's go. Watch out. The floor over there looks a slimy bit unstable. Let's go around the other way. I think it said. Marabelle, you're so damn useless with that spell. If you'd actually attack the enemies, they wouldn't be doing so much damage to the party. And then again, that's just common sense. Huh? Monster's not here. Maybe it's slept off somewhere, looking for dinner. Or maybe it's hiding because it's scared of us. Hey, Goo! You're supposed to be tough. Come out and fight us. It's the monster. Sorry, but I'm not going to be any ooze in a fight. I'll leave this to you. Ouch. We did it! Great! Now we slimes can have this tower all to ourselves again, just like we oozed to. I'd better go and tell the others. Okay, fine game. Back through the stupid tower. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, my Gooman friends, great job dealing with that monster. Thanks to you, we slimes can live in peace again, just like we used to. Ah, hide. Have you returned to tell me that you've rid High-Hendry Tower of its monstrous occupants? Yep, you have. Wonderful! I always did have faith in you, you know. I never for one moment thought you'd let me down. Well, Brooke, you've heard the news? The monsters in the tower have been eliminated. We must act without delay. The pursuit of knowledge waits for no man. Come, we leave immediately for High-Hendry Tower. Yes, Professor Wade. Which means now I've got to go back to the tower. I trusted you, Hyde. How could you lie to me? You told me you'd taken care of the monster infestation, but the blasted creatures are still here. Now will you please do what I asked you to do and take care of them? Where? Oh, hello, my Gooman friends. Don't tell me you know this old fellow. Yep. Oh, then I'm sorry for gooing for him and his friend like that. I thought they might be here to spoil a nice peaceful tower like that horrible monster did last time. Last slime, you see. Spoil the tower? How dare you? Professor Wade would never dream of doing anything like that. Okay. No need to get all aggressive. So, why are you Goomans here then? Why should we tell you, Now, Brooke, you mustn't antagonize the little fella. We're here to conduct some important research. We believe that this tower may be connected to the legend of Wetlock. I can assure you that we have no interest in spoiling it or in disrupting your lives in any way. Research? Into what? You Goomans really are interested in some strange stuff. You're all weird if you ask me. How dare you speak to the professor like that? Clearly you have no inkling of the significance of his work. Come now, Brooke. We cannot expect everyone to share our values. Look, if you're friends with Hyde here, you can come in, I suppose. Do your research or whatever you call it. It's no skin off our, we don't care. Come on, you lot, let's go. Well, thank heavens you arrived when you did. Though I must say, I didn't expect you to be acquainted with those odd little blobs. Anyway, seems the coast is clear for us to continue our research. Come along, Brooke. Yes, Professor Wade. Go all the way back up to the top. It's going to make me climb all the way back down again. Why there? Well now, the tower is certainly large enough to accommodate the entire population of this continent, but... Hyde, I thought you'd already left. Oh, of course, your reward. I almost forgot. I was just so excited to finally be inside the tower, you see. Anyway, that's no excuse. The stone fragment I promised you is in the underground storeroom, back in Wetlock. I'd go and get it for you myself, but I'm a little preoccupied here. I'm sure you understand. If the legends are true, then this tower is where old man Riffer brought all the local people before the flood started. I know we haven't found anything yet, but I'm definitely getting a good feeling about this place. Tempted to go back and lock them in. This is where Professor Wade keeps his valuable research materials. What's that? Professor Wade told you to come and get a reward from in here? Well, I suppose that's fine by me. Whether or not you'll find anything worth having is another matter, though. Curious, actually. 6, 7, 7. Just seems like a magic carpet place. You're so useless, Maribel. Oh, mini medal. The Metal King himself. Please, don't hurt me. I'm not a bad slime, really. I'm friends with King Maximo, the monarch of mini medals. Everyone here is. He's the greatest. You should go and say hello to him, since you're here. Welcome to King Maximo's mansion. The king is a huge fan of mini medals, you know. He goes crazy for them. If you find any mini medals while you're out and about, be sure to bring them to him. He'll be ever so grateful. Who knows, he might even give you something useful in return. Greetings. I, King Maximo, have an undiminishable passion for mini medals, which are scattered hither and thither throughout the world. Some kings wish to maximize the size of their armies or dominions, Me, all I desire are mini-medals. Bring them to me, and I shall administer the most magical of gifts. But wait, that maximally magnificent glint you have. You have some mini-medals with you. I must examine them this instant. Splendid. That's 48 mini-medals you've given me. A miniature miracle. Congratulations. You've given me 45 mini-medals, which means I can administer a poison needle to you as a reward. Seems I currently have 48 mini-medals from you in my domain hide. Once you've brought me a total of 50 mini-medals, I'll be able to reward you with a Staff of Divine Wrath. Don't tell me you have a fragment piece. Okay, that's gonna bug me. Can't get over there to that tower. It's blocked by rocks. Completely sealed away from... well, maybe... I don't think I've got that many more islands left to unlock. That place don't look good anyway. Okie dokie. Can't get there, or there, or there, or there, or there, or there. Oh, that'll be all for today. Would have gone longer, but stuff. So be back tomorrow.